My heart is now completely destroyed, and I don't know if it'll ever repair. Hey guys, so if you didn't guess already, I am about to do a review of All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven. I just finished this book like literally a second ago, and now I just have to talk about it because I have so many things going on in my head right now. So I'm gonna do my best to not make this, well, no, it's gonna have spoilers, but I'm gonna make a little section at the end for that part. So let's just get into what it's about and all that good stuff. Okay, All the Bright Places is about these two people, Theodore Finch and Violet Markey? Violet Markey? Yeah, Violet Markey. I don't know why I can never remember her last name. Violet Markey, and they never really knew each other. Violet just moved because she experienced a terrible loss, and so she moved to Indiana, and she was the new girl, and one day they find each other up on a ledge, one of them's about to jump, and the other somehow convinces the one about to jump to not jump. Finch is the kind of guy who's been through so much crap with his family. They don't really show much affection in the family and everything, and he's just gone through so much. And he's also very suicidal, and he deals with depression and just all that kind of stuff. After the person saves the other, they end up becoming friends, and then they, like, you know, possibly go romantic and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, it's just really that's the basis of it, and that's all I'm gonna say. With that, sorry, I have the hiccups so bad right now. I just gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars. It did not draw me in at first. Well, at first it was drawing me in, and then a little bit towards the middle, it started just getting like, I just want to finish this book so I can read something else. And then toward the end, that's when it really started picking up because all this crap was going on. And so much went down. Oh, I will talk about this in the spoilers. Don't worry. Not going to talk about it now. But basically, they had some really, really good character development. It's told from 2 different points of views. Both are in first person, and you can definitely tell a distinction between the 2 voices. Finch and Violet obviously are the 2 points of views. Finch is more thoughtful and well, he's always thinking about death and everything, and Violet has like this really, like, you can tell her personality in the voice, and it's amazing. I will say, like I said, it did drag a little bit in the middle, and I was just like, I don't really want to read this, but I want to finish it, because I don't want to leave it on my TBR pile like many other books are currently there, but it picked up and everything, and it just got better. Another reason I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars was because after reading I'll Give You the Sun as a contemporary, this did not match it, although at the end was probably when it matched it the most. And that's the problem. I kind of wish it had done that throughout the entire book. So it was more like a consistency type thing. I think the only other thing I can really say about this is triggers. Definitely, there are definitely suicidal triggers, depression triggers, like traumatic triggers. Like it's really, it gets really dark, and if that's not the kind of book you're into, or if it does trigger you in that way, I would not recommend reading this. But if you're into that kind of stuff, this is definitely a really good book. I really enjoyed it, I must say. It, besides the dragging and the non-consistency with the whole thing, it was really realistic. It was very realistic. It was fantastic. This is definitely something that could happen in real life, and it definitely kind of hits home with me because I've had things like this occur in my family life and all that kind of stuff, and it just, it really brings everything into perspective. And then, alright, and now I gotta move into the spoiler part. I'm sorry guys, if you haven't read this book already, please leave now because I really just can't hold this in anymore. I will say this, I loved how at the end it was only Violet talking, with the points of view, even though he hadn't, Finch hadn't killed himself yet. That was really realistic. It really helped put it into perspective what would happen if you had a loved one who was contemplating committing suicide and everything. And of course, I, as a reader, already knew what was happening. I was like, oh my god, I already know. I knew like 100 pages left, I knew what was gonna happen. And I was like, oh my gosh, if you see the stuff I put on Goodreads, it's like tweeting while reading. But I really liked how it never went back to Finch's what's it called? I'm sorry. It never really went back to Finch's point of view throughout those weeks that he was gone. And that made it really realistic because it's like it made the reader try to understand what was going on through his head as well as the people, and it really brought me into that moment. Like, I had tears in my eyes. It was, oh my gosh. And then I didn't realize, Jesus Christ, Jennifer Niven, I did not know that she was gonna have a scene where the body is actually found after he drowned. Like, that alone was so traumatic. Oh my god. And then, just the ending, just everything that happened throughout the last 100 pages was just like, and then, oh my god, I was so mad. I literally felt the anger that was, that Violet had toward all the people who were mourning him now. Like, the entire school mourning him. They're the reason he's like this. Like, not exactly because he does have a sort of chemical imbalance in his brain, but also they didn't help one bit. Like, and I think that's what made it so realistic, because that's what happens. And that's just the reality of the situation. The people don't blame themselves. They just look at what happened and they just see it as a tragedy. Well, it's not just a tragedy, it's their fault. And it was amazing to see that in this book, and it was amazing to see all the different things that happened, about how everyone finally actually seemed like they cared about Finch after he dies, after it's too late, and after just everything has already happened right under their noses. But enough of that. I just really enjoyed this book, and I highly recommend this. I can understand now why everyone has been raving about it and why everyone really liked this book, because I liked it too. That's all I have for the review. I just wanted to make it really short because I am about to go see a play, and I wanted to hurry up and do that before I went, because I did just finish this book and everything. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.